Iva Dunnit and the Big Wind by Carol Purdy. Pictures by Stephen Kellogg. Iva Dunnit and the Big Wind by Carol Purdy. Pictures by Stephen Kellogg. Back in the days of petticoats and wagon trails, there was a pioneer woman named Iva Dunnit. She had 6 fine children, Ida and Ivan, Ima and Isaac, Ira and little Iris. They lived on a homestead near the town of Cobb Hollow. Folks in Cobb Hollow wondered how a woman with 6 children could survive alone on the prairie. But that didn't bother Iva Dunnit. She always said, "There's only 3 things we need, our wits, our strength, and young'uns that knows how to stay put." Iva Dunnit wasn't afraid of anything, and she and her 6 fine children could handle most troubles that came their way. Once they fought off a prairie fire. "My young'uns stayed put and done like I told them," bragged Iva Dunnit. Once they saved little Iris from a pack of wolves. "With our strength we can lick a pack of wolves any day," said Iva Dunnit. And once Iva Dunnit and Isaac outwitted a thief who came to steal their horses. "I reckon Isaac inherited my wits," Iva Dunnit told the folks in Cobb Hollow. But this story is about the time Iva Dunnit got herself stuck out in the big wind. Every summer around Cobb Hollow there came a spell of bad weather folks called the big wind. It was a wind so fierce folks didn't often venture out while it was raging. Why, once the big wind blew old Doc Fenton clean to the next town, and through the glass door of the barber shop. Old Doc Fenton was right famous for his scrapes with the big wind. Well, one hot afternoon in August the big wind started up, and Iva Dunnit rushed her children into the house. "I feel plumb cosy," said Iva Dunnit. "Sure glad I got you 6 fine young'uns to snuggle up with while the winds are blowing." "Sure glad we got this tight house to keep out the big wind," said Isaac. "Yes sirree," said Iva Dunnit, "and a tight barn to shelter them chickens so we can keep right on collecting their eggs for provisions." "How do you know them chickens is in the barn?" said Ida. "There ain't no critter dumber than a chicken." Right then Iva Dunnit quit feeling so cosy. "I got to check them hens," she said. "If we lose our living, you young'uns will get mighty hungry long about the time the beans run out." Iva Dunnit's skirt and petticoats made a sail, and she got to the barn sooner than she expected. "We'll help, Ma," said Isaac. Iva Dunnit couldn't believe her ears. "Didn't I tell you young'uns to stay put?" she cried. "No, Ma, you didn't say nothing about staying put," said Ida. "We'll come and help save our living." "You'll get in the house directly," yelled Iva Dunnit, "and this time stay put." Sure enough, 4 of the best hens were missing. "Blame it all," said Iva Dunnit, "I reckon they'll be scattered all over." Right away she spotted the chickens, but her petticoats kept sailing her back to the barn. "Reckon there's only one answer," said Iva Dunnit, stooping to wriggle out of her skirts. "I expect some old homesteader will be surprised to find them petticoats in his barnyard." Just then Iva Dunnit glanced towards the house and saw an awful sight. A flap of roofing had blown loose. "I'll just hold down the roof while I call those young'uns to bring a hammer," she said. Soon as Iva Dunnit got there, she realised she couldn't hold down the roof with 2 chickens in each hand. But it took more than that to stop Iva Dunnit. "Good hens," she said as she tied the chickens to her corset strings. Just as she managed to pull the roofing into place, The big wind snatched the ladder. Iva Dunnit hollered till her throat ached. Her hands were numb and her arms felt near to breaking. But the big wind blew away her voice and no one came. After a long spell, Iva Dunnit said, "Why haven't them young'uns come to see what happened to their ma? I'll be obliged to tell them a thing or two when I get down from here." More time passed, and Iva Dunnit was entering a dream world. She closed her eyes and had a new thought. "Why, them young'uns can't come looking for me 'cause I told them to stay put. Yes, sirree, if there's one thing I pride myself on, it's having young'uns that knows how to stay put." Iva Dunnit felt happy. She grabbed a passing chicken by its corset strings and told it, "If I die hanging here in my drawers, those young'uns'll never know. They'll spend the rest of their days staying put like I told them." But the truth is, Iva Dunnit's children were finally beginning to wonder what had happened to their ma. The sharp bing, bang, bam of a hammer jarred Iva Dunnit back into real life. "Hang on, ma," said Isaac. "We'll have you down directly." Ivan grabbed Iva Dunnit by the waist. "Let's go," he hollered. "How did you know to come looking for me?" asked Iva Dunnit. "Ma, you've taught us to use our wits," said Ivan. "When it took a mighty age for you to come back, we figured it was better to go find you than stay put." "Bless your heart, Ivan," said Iva Dunnit. "I'd have dropped soon, and we'd have lost our roof sure." Tucked safely in bed, Iva Dunnit felt like a queen. Ima popped corn that filled the house with a delicious toasty smell, while Ivan and Isaac told how they had found Ma dangling from the roof in her drawers with 4 chickens tied to her corset strings. "Boy, howdy," said Ira. "Ma, Isaac and Ivan done saved our house and our living from the big wind." Iva Dunnit sighed and said, "It's a mighty grand feeling to have your wits and strength, but the best thing I have is young'uns that knows when to stay put and when to go looking for their ma." "Listen," said little Iris, "it sounds like the big wind done quit." "I declare," said Iva Dunnit, "what's coming up the road?" "I see a little black bag," said Isaac. "Old Doc Fenton must have got caught out in the big wind again." "But what's all them ruffles?" asked Ima. Old Doc Fenton was closer now, and Iva Dunnit realised what the ruffles were, just as Ivan gave a great whoop. "Now you all hush and don't embarrass Doc Fenton," said Iva Dunnit. "The big wind blew in a heap of trouble, but leastwise I'm getting back my petticoats."